chapter 1, text number 31. 31. Okay. chandāṁsy anantasya śiro gṛṇanti daṁṣṭrā Yama sneha-kalā dvijāni hāsaḥ jana-unmāda-karī māyā duranta-sargo yad-apāṅga-mokṣaḥ chandāṁsy anantasya śiro chandāṁsy anantasya śiro okay. chandāṁsy anantasya śiro gṛṇani chandāṁsy anantasya śiro gṛṇanti daṁṣṭrā yamaḥ sneha-kalā dvijāni daṁṣṭrā yamaḥ sneha-kalā dvijāni hāso janonmāda-karī māyā duranta-sargo yad-apāṅga-mokṣaḥ chandāṁsy anantasya śiro gṛṇanti daṁṣṭrā yamaḥ sneha-kalā dvijāni hāso janonmāda-karī māyā duranta-sargo yad-apāṅga-mokṣaḥ chandāṁsy anantasya śiro gṛṇanti daṁṣṭrā yamaḥ sneha-kalā dvijāni hāso janonmāda-karī māyā duranta-sargo yad-apāṅga-mokṣaḥ chandāṁsy anantasya śiro gṛṇanti daṁṣṭrā yamaḥ sneha-kalā dvijāni hāso janonmāda-karī anantasya माता जी chandāṁsy yasya the word-to-word translation, chandāṁsy, the Vedic hymns, anantasya, of the Supreme, śiraḥ, the cerebral passage, gṛṇanti, they say, daṁṣṭrā, jaws of the jaws of teeth. Yamaḥ, Yamarāja, the director of sinners. Sneha-kalā, the art of affection. Dvijāni, the set of teeth. Hāsaḥ, smile. Jana-unmāda-karī, the most alluring. Also, māyā, illusory energy. Duranta, insurmountable, unsurpassable. Sargaḥ, the material creation. Yat-apāṅga, whose glance. Mokṣaḥ, casting over. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. They say that the Vedic hymns are the cerebral passage of the Lord, and his jaws of teeth are Yama, god of death, who punishes the sinners. The art of affection is his set of teeth, and the most alluring illusory material energy is his smile. This great ocean of material creation is but the casting of glance over us. Purport. According to the Vedic assertions, this material creation is the result of the Lord's casting a glance over the material energy, which is described herein as the most alluring illusory energy. The conditioned souls who are allured by such materialism should know that material temporary creation is simply an imitation of the reality, and those are who, captivated by such alluring glance of the Lord, are put under the direction of the controller of sinners called Yamarāja. The Lord smiles affectionately, displaying his teeth. The intelligent person who can grasp these truths about the Lord become a soul fully surrendered unto him. Om ajnānatimirandasya jnānāṅjana-śalākaya chakṣurunmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Datāti Svapadantikam. Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Juta-pada-kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sahagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Mitamsa Namaha Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desadai Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Gurudas Jayadvaita Swami Niti Nami Jayadvaita Bhivtim Vinde Vinitam Vyasa Sadgunam Bhaktivedanta Sevarthe Grantanam Hi Sampadakam. So, this is the verse, and previous verses are describing the Krishna's universal form. So okay. So the similar description of universal form is given in Bhagavad Gita chapter 11. Now, in chapter 11, Arjuna requested Lord to show him the universal form. But Arjuna requested, but he wanted to see the Lord's universal form, but he has to be given a special eyes, divya chaksu. Then he can say. So Krishna gave him that divya chaksu, that he could see the universal form. Once he saw the universal form, he was so much terrified. And seeing the ghastly form of Lord, he was trembling, and he made prayers that all this time I thought you were my friend, but who are you? I don't understand now. So in answer, Lord said, Kalosmi. I am the time devouring everything in this material world. So here Arjuna asking same question. Now here in Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukadeva Goswami to hear about the different aspect, universal form. So Supreme Lord is in the different aspects in here, that the Vedic hymns are the cerebral passage of the Lord. Cerebral passage of the Lord is the hymns. So, and I did okay. All right. Very well. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So So, the when Lord says, "Kalosmi," the time I am, a great destroyer of all worlds. See, specifically the time is such a thing as is one aspect of Supreme Lord. So, time, we have a saying, time and tide never wait for any man. But somebody joked about, what about women? Time and tide wait for no man. What about women? But man this is mentioned in general, it's mankind. So, time is divided up to the smallest fraction of the second, the pala. Pala means one pala is 1/11th part of 1 second. So it is very minute. So, and the time also can be expanded by Krishna's will, it expanded. So, the example is given in Srimad Bhagavatam about the Rasa Leela time. About the Rasa Leela time was like a stopped. So this is Krishna's one of the energy. He can do anything and everything like that. So, when Arjuna asked him, Lord Krishna, to show the universal form, now Parikshit Maharaj is asking similar question. Parikshit Maharaj is grandson of Arjuna. So it's a familial relationship. Arjuna was a devotee. Bhaktosi sakha cheti. He was a friend. So the devotional attitude is Parikshit Maharaj got it from his family lineage. So Lord also was very, very affectionate to the Arjuna's family, Pandava's family, So So this, when Parikshit Maharaj was in the womb of his mother Uttara, Aswathama wanted to destroy the Pandav dynasty. So he sent the Brahmastra. So Krishna entered into the womb of Mother Uttara and protected with his chakra, because he wanted to save his devotee who is going to be a king, and also he was a good ruler. He would be a good ruler. That's why he was given this thing. So, okay. Haribo. So this is material life. This microphone People can, some people can hear, some cannot hear. I have to adjust my mouth accordingly. But anyway, padam padam na vipadam tesam. In this material world, every step there is a danger. To live in this material world is very difficult. But for the devotee, it's not that. Devotees are used to tolerate. So, Lord protected the Parikshit Maharaj from the very beginning of his life. Now, I just wanted to mention about the characters we are talking about in Srimad Bhagavatam, and it will be like in a story form, and that will be, first we will talk about Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami, according to Puranas, was in his previous life, he was parrot. Shuka means parrot. One time, Lord Shiva was discussing transcendental matter with Parvati. So, Lord Shiva, because he was discussing transcendental matter, he didn't want any unworthy living entity to hear that. So, he played his damru. So, all the living entities fled from there. It was clear. But one parrot was a baby parrot, didn't have wings, could not fly. So when Lord Shiva was saying, Mother Parvati, the matter, because it is transcendental matter, like when we are talking in this Bhagavatam class, people may be dozing. Not interesting. So Mother Parvati was dozing. But to continue that, and so every time she was saying yes, yes, and then she was dozing, the parrot started, because he wanted to continue to hear that. So he was saying him. Then all of a sudden, Lord Shiva noticed that she is thinking, who is saying this thing? So then he saw the parrot. So he got angry. He took a trident. He wanted to kill the bird. But by the time the bird, listening this transcendental matter, had wings, so flew away. When he flew away, and Lord Shiva was after him, what happened that bird flew away, and at that time, Vedavyas' wife, she was yawning. When he had opened the mouth, parrot entered into her mouth. So from there, it was transferred into her womb. And then he was staying in the womb. Now what happened that normally the delivery is after 9 or 10 months. He didn't come out for 16 years. So Vyasadeva went to Krishna and request him, please, tell the embryo, that can he come out. So Lord Krishna gave him guarantee that Maya will not touch you. Please come out. So when he came out, 16-year-old boy started running towards forest. And there is a more description that when he was passing through, there are some ladies who were taking bath naked. Their clothes are on the bank. So, but even though he was 16, he was innocent like a child. So they didn't cover their bodies, but they went. And right after him, Vyasudeva was saying, my son, this is Maya. My son, come back. He didn't listen. And the ladies who saw Vyasadeva, they put on their garments. So Vyasadeva was not successful to bring him back. But he, at the same time, he had desire that his son learns Srimad Bhagavatam. So he wanted to teach him that thing. So he sent his disciples and told the disciples to recite 2 slokas. So the 2 slokas were, I will recite the slokas in translation. So first one was Aho Bhakiyam Sneha-kalā Jingasaya Pāyarapi Asadvi Lebe Gatim Dhatri Uchitam Tato Anyam Kamva Dayalum Sranam Rajema. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than the who granted the poison, and he granted the position of mother to Putana, the she demon. Although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. So Krishna sucking her breast. Nobody sucks the breast except the baby, except the baby of the mother. So Krishna was so kind, gave her a position of Dhatri. There are 7 types of mother. One type of mother is one who gives birth, but one who gives, feed the breast milk also. So this is the position he gave to. Then another sloka that was recited by another disciple, and Sukadeva Goswami, that is Baraha Vapidam Natavar Vapu Karanayo Karani Karam Bibradvasadakannaka-kapisam vaijantim cha vaijanti chammalam. And this is okay. Barahava-pīnam natavaravapu karanayayo kammi karnikaram bibradvasakanaka-kapisam vaijantim chamalam randram menor adesa Suddhayam Purnyan Gopa Vrindir. This is Sardul Vikriti Chanda. But I'm trying to, if anybody knows how to recite the Sardul Vikriti, I would like to know that. No? Okay. You know the Sad Goswami Ashtakam? How are you sing that? That's the same. Vidhira dhira jana priya priya karo nirmatsarao sujitao. That is the same thing. Parhavapi namanatavarapu karanoya karani karam bibradavasa karanakapisam vaijantim chamalam randram meno adhara sudaya purayan gope vinder vrindavanam swapada saramanam paravisada gita kirti. Sorry, I will try. So, wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head, a blue karnikar flowers on his ears, like a lot of devotees put the flowers on their ears, a yellow garment as brilliant as gold, and Vaijanti garland Vaijanti garland, Lord śiraḥ exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it with the marks of his footprints. He filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his leaves, and cowherd boys and sang the glories. Cowherd boys sang the glories. So these two slokas, when Sukadeva Goswami heard, he asked those two Vyasadev's disciple, where did you hear this? He said, we heard from your father. He said, I would like to know more about it. Then they said, come with us back to your father. So Sukadeva Goswami came back. And he understood the Bhagavatam, but still didn't want to get attached with that. He was just gone away wandering. But when the time came of Parikshit Maharaj, he was well versed in the Krishna's pastimes and everything. So when this was going to happen, he had already, heard. But before that, the story is that when Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die within 7 days by snake bite, you know the story, that when he heard the he gave up everything, renounced everything, and went on the bank of Ganges, they say, but it is Jamuna. Because Hastinapur, capital, is near on Jamuna. But anyway, Ganga and Jamuna used to flow that way. So he sat on the bank of Ganges, and the many sages, they have, intuition. It's like a cell phone. Everybody knows in the whole world what is going to happen. So they came, they gathered and sat before Sukadeva Goswami came, including his father. Father's guru, Narad Muni, he was there. Everybody from these earthly planets and other universal forms, they came in different disguise and they wanted to hear this thing. So when Sukadeva Goswami came, everybody stood up, and he was put on he was told to take a Vyasasana. This is called Vyasasana because we recite Srimad Bhagavatam written by Vyasadeva. We follow whatever is written. We don't add anything, we don't subtract anything. That is proper way of presenting Srimad Bhagavatam. Nowadays people, there is Bhagavad Saptah, but they put their own things to make people laugh or do this and that. In the assembly of the sages, in Srimad Bhagavatam recitation, nobody was laughing or anything. There were no jokes or anything. It was serious matter. It is serious matter. So anyway, there are two kinds of people in this world. And I'm talking about human beings. Two kinds of human beings in this material world. One class is ignorant. Ignorant of what? Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu durasaya bahirarthamanina. They have no idea of what is transcendental knowledge. They don't know what to do. And they don't know what is the ultimate goal of life. Ultimate goal of life should be ante Narayana Smriti. So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he says, Durlabha Manasa Janma. So, this transcendental knowledge is the devotees, even like in a small boy, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, they were, interested only listening to the transcendental knowledge. And Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumaram acharet pragyo. Kaumaram means at the age of under 5, acharet pragyo. Dharmam Bhagavatam iha. Durlabha manusam janma tadapi adhrum arthadam. The meaning is one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of the life, from the tender age of childhood, up to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up the entanglements in human body, human form of life. So, the translation continues that this human form is rarely achieved. And although temporary, like other bodies, it is meaningful because in the human form of life, one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of little service, devotional service, can give one complete perfection. Therefore, for the highest perfection of human form of life is to remember Krishna at the time of death, Ante Narayana Smriti. So, but we have to practice ABCD of the devotional service. What is the ABCD? A means association of devotees. B means books, Srimad Bhagavatam. C means chanting, Hare Krishna. And D means diet, special diet. We eat only prasadam. That is ABCD of the life. So, what? I have 10 minutes. Okay. But I will tell you how the materialistic people are attached with the family. There is a story. It's a Puranic story. I don't know which Puran, but one time, one person, his name was Bhogilal. Bhogi means always, enjoyer of everything. So his name was Bhogilal. So Narad Muni came to him that Lord of Vaikuntha wants you to come to in my abode, and I want to take you with me. He said, Naradji, you see, I just got married and my children are very small. Why don't you come when they are grown up? Narad Muni came when they were grown up. He said, now you can come. He said, well, they are not married yet, and I want to see my grandchildren. So, okay, Narad said, okay, I will come back. And then when he came, then he asked him, he said, I cannot come because my grandchildren are not, educated. I have to babysit them because her parents goes to work and, earn money. So why don't you come when the grandchildren are grown up? So what happened? Then Narad Muni, by the time the Bhogilal died, how long is alive? So Bhogilal, because attachment with the house, he became a dog and watching his house. Dog life is not too much. When Narada Muni said, now you got dog, why don't you? He said, no, I have to watch the house. Then the dog died. Then he became a snake. And he was in the house watching his family. Narada Muni said, now, why don't you come? He said, I cannot come now also. He said, Narada Muni said, Lord of Vaikuntha wants you. He is giving you liberation right away. Why don't you understand this? He said, still, I am attached with the family, so I can't come. So the Narada Muni told the children, grandchildren, there is a snake in your house. Kill him. The grandchildren kill him. And Bhogilal missed the chance of going back to Godhead. So this is the attachment of family life that one doesn't want to give up, even after so much trouble. And so I will stop here because it's on time. If anybody has any question or comments, I would prefer comments, not a question. One thing is that my problem is I'm hard of hearing. And if you are talking from even in a microphone, I would have to, if you speak slowly, like talking to a child, then maybe I will understand. Then I can answer the question. Okay? Whatever.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Prabhuji, I have heard Narada Muni is like touchstone. To whomever he has touched, even a hunter became a devotee. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions Narada Muni met to the hunter who was half killing the animals. Even a hunter became a devotee by association of Narada Muni. And Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, any case they were.
Yeah.
So how come this unfortunate soul and made to Narada Muni still not changed of heart?
Okay. Narada Muni's story is different. In previous millennium, he was son of maid servant of the sages. She would milk the cows, supply to the sages milk. At that time, in the previous life, Narada Muni was a child. So, okay.
Question was, how come this person who was Bhogilal, how come he didn't become a devotee after meeting Narad Muni?
The material attachment is so much strong, it's difficult. If you go for preaching outside the world, how many people will become devotees? It's very difficult to give up the family life. Even in the Krishna conscious society, people, different categories, brahmachari, grihastha, vanapastha, sannyas. Most of them are grihasthas. And According to the Vedic scriptures, at the age of 50, after the age of 50, one should go to Vana. Give up the family life. Nobody wants to do it. Even the devotees, they know this thing, but they don't want to give up. Why? There's so much attachment. The devotees have given up their previous family, means parents and everybody, joined ISKCON, stayed in ISKCON, trained in ISKCON, but after some time, even if taking sannyas, they become grihastha. So the attachment is so difficult. It is, So instead of going through the 4 stages, people want to stay in grihastha form. Some who are very strong-minded, they take sannyas. Nobody wants to take vanaprastha. In ISKCON, I'm not bragging, but I am the only one who had taken vanaprastha voluntarily. I have family, I wanted to give up family. And vanaprastha means go in the forest. But according to Bhakti Siddhanta, now Bhakti Vinod Thakur, you can take kshetra sannyas. Kshetra sannyas means live in the holy places. Vrindavan, Mayapur, or Jagannath Puri. But for ISKCON, mostly these are biggest centers. And that's what, So they talk about this 4th monasm system, but the people who are in higher authority, they themselves don't want to do, they don't want to do, do this thing. They just, because they want to remain same way. So this is the attachment. It's nothing, And to detach the family from the family is very difficult. That is, that is why there are not many vanaprasthas, only few of them. Some take sannyas, but then sometimes if their desires are still back in our mind, they come back. So this is the situation. And it's a Kali Yuga. And a Kali Yuga is very difficult. Anyway. So, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.